welcome to a brand new episode here on Britain's Farm. So, busy day today. Plan today is we're going to drill the rest of our crops. Now, I know we hired a planter in the last episode, but we are not going to hire. I would like to grow sunflowers, that's kind of what I'm sort of thinking. And I don't want to buy a planter, if I'm honest, not this year. So what I'm thinking, we'll go oats. We'll go oats in pretty much all of these fields, I think. Just this year, I think it would, because they'll help us to bring a little bit of money in. That's not the way really that I want to do it, but I mean, I guess we could go sugar beet in one of them just for, you know, sort of something different to do, but I really do sort of feel that oats is the way for us to go, mainly as well because obviously it's not just a case of we need a planter. On the Britain's Combine, that header didn't come off. So yes, I know it comes off in game, but in Britain's world, that header, you couldn't take that off. So what I'm thinking is this. For this year and this year only, we go oats in the fields. And then next year, we look to buy a little bit of equipment. I want to keep as much money as I can because I'm keen to start my animals, or the animals, not my animals, the animals, and I'm keen to start them over there. So I think what we'll do today, we'll get on with our drilling, and we will need this tractor. So we'll drop that off, and then we will drive to the store where we're going to buy a power harrow. Once we get a power harrow, we're going to start drilling these fields. In all fairness, we could do with 2 power harrows because that would give us a width of 6 meters. Our drill's only 4.5, I think. It would keep us ahead. I'm not too sure how the Fortin Super Major will cope with the power harrow. It should pull it as far as, we'll have a look when we get there. I think it's way up. I must confess, I thought I had traffic turned off. Yeah, we'll have a look when we get to the store to see what horsepower requirement it is, and then if it is sufficiently over the tractor is sufficiently over the required power, then we will probably use 2, like I say, because we've got to get on. Today is the last day of March. We need them oats in, and we need those oats in because I've got a plan for the next crop in those fields. So we need those oats in. The other thing as well with the money, if we can sort of keep hold of it, is we could start to buy the land required for the farm extension. I'm sorry if I'm a bit breathy and all over the place. My heart's playing off today, and trying to talk when sort of my heart keeps stopping and doing all the things that it's doing. It's not easy because it takes my breath away. But I'll persevere. It's not pleasant, but it's just one of those things, unfortunately. But yeah, so we'll get the power, We'll have a look at what the power requirement is, and then we will make a decision from there. If that blue tractor's not powerful enough, what we might do is still get another one anyway, but we'll hire it, and then we'll use the Volvo, the bigger tractor, to do some power harrowing, and then that way. What's on here? We've got just when we was on about doing sunflowers, but anyway, so we need, what was I coming here for? Power, that's what I came here for. So as I say, this is the Britain's one that I had all those years ago. It didn't have that roller on it though, it had that roller on it. Could actually, well, our drill's too big, but we could actually put a drill on that. Look, it's got a drill lift, which is surprising, but it doesn't open up the PTO bit. No, that is also surprising, because how's the drill going to get power if it can't go into there? But anyway, that's not what we came for. So 7,400. Oh, hang on, no. What's the power requirement? 85. We're buying it anyway, but I don't think that blue tractor is going to be powerful enough. 85. 54. No. No wonder that tractor struggles with a lot of the things I try and do with it then. I thought that was 84. Yeah, so anyway, we'll pick that on and get that going, and then we will that's going to be nowhere near, and that is just really lazy to back up and just try and hit the trigger. Can't believe I was going to do, oh way up, we've got a second PTO, oh no, that's the PTO that goes to the power harrow. My link arms aren't quite wide enough, although they would in real life, they would be on a draft, so you could pull them wide enough. There we go. Excellent job. Right, to the farm. Yeah, so I've had my heart condition since I was born, so unfortunately I get days like this where it just kind of does all kind of strange and wonderful things. As I say, just in case people go, well, you know, the recording's not very good, I'm quite breathy because it keeps taking my breath away. And as I say, when it stops like that, as it just did then, when it stops right on cue, I suppose, I can't talk and have it stop at the same time, mainly because I'm panicking. Even though I kind of know it's going to kick back in again, it still does make me panic. But anyway, we don't need to talk about this rubbish. Let's talk about farming sim. That's the most important thing, and that's what we're all here for. Alright, so I liked that idea in the last episode of buying these fields and building the farm here. It's just whether they're flat enough or whether I can, because there's quite a mound there, look. I'm undecided. Can anyone tell? But we'll sort it out, don't worry, we'll sort it out. Anyway, we need to crack on. So, I'm going to time lapse it. This young man's, or this tractor's going to start power harrowing. We're going to get the drill loaded up with seed. It may already have seed in it actually from the contracts, but we will fill it to the brim. And then we will, in a little while, get on with some drilling. There's not too much for me to do in the meantime until he gets a bit of a head start. just get him going, and then we will walk back to the farm from here. It's not far. Alright, let's just set this up. So we will do 7 headlands, sharp up and down. And the reason we're doing 7 is because obviously we need to drill tram lines, and this power arrow is smaller than the drill. So I'm hoping that 7 headlands will be enough. It's been wintered, that ploughing, so it shouldn't take too much in the way of knocking down, to be fair. The other thing I'm not sure whether to do is whether to buy the soil information. Probably not in those 2 fields, to be fair, because they are going to be turned, I think, over to farmland. I'm still in a way kind of finding that favourite, because down here, see, I was thinking about, because what the idea that came into my head was, well, this could be the farm. I mean, this bit here could still be the farm, but it's just whether or not that looks raised down there. I mean, it look too bad. I mean, it looks more raised where that tree is, but it looks like it slopes down to the right from up there, so, which is okay, but when we start terraforming, in my experience, that won't look all that great. But if it's not, I mean, this is a big area anyway, I don't think we need all of this, but I was just thinking the farm, and we could divide it up, and, you know, everything could sort of all go into one spot. Still have the animals, get my bearings, still have the animals over there, in that field there, but I don't know. These 2 fields here are still, for me, looking slightly favourite. But anyway, we'll come to that when we have the money. We don't really have the money to progress yet, but there are things in terms of farmyard that we do now need. One is more storage. We need more sheds for our tractors. So that's one thing we need. Because it was a bit of a squeeze last year getting everything in. So we do need more storage. The other thing as well that wouldn't go amiss is a grain silo. And I'm thinking the grain silo could go in here. I'm not going to buy it, but let's see if it will fit, otherwise there's no point me kind of thinking that in my mind. Right, silo. Well, I suppose we could have the underground one, that'll fit anywhere. That's not terribly realistic, is it? And I don't think Britain's did an underground silo, but they did do one of these, so if I can find it. I thought it was part of the game, so it's not a case of me not having it, because as I say, I'm fairly certain the silo, unless it's that one, but I don't think it was. Oh! Right, hang on, I've got a way we can find that. It's the silo that goes with this. No, I've not installed them, because the elevator isn't there either. So I'll have to relook at that, because there's a silo that very similar to the one that Britain's did do. I think it was Britain's. It was either Britain's or CQ that I had at the time. And that was the silo that I was thinking about putting in there. Like I say, I mean, we could put that underground one in, but that's not really in keeping with the save. But yeah, so that's my thought. This field, I think, is definitely going to be animals. I think it's just perfect for it. We will wait for the grass to grow to its full length. We will cut it and take the hay off it. What I might do is I might sell the hay from this one and keep the hay from this one. The other thing as well that we're going to have to sort of, not now so much because we're only going to have beef cattle, but when we start getting silage we are going to have to buy a wrapper. And you know, although I want to keep this Britons, obviously Britons didn't do a wrapper back then, but in terms of gameplay and game sort of requirements for the feed for the animals, we do need silage bales, and I guess I could put in a pit, but again, where literally this yard is too small. I deliberately chose it because it was too small, so it's not a case of I'm regretting my decision, because I was trying to encourage development so that we all got to see lots of aspects of the game. I hope that's not your first time around there. But anyway, we will get the forklift. We will probably move the tractor, to be fair. I always forget to turn that on. Right, so actually we'll take the tractor to the drill, because that's what we're going to need. And then we will, again, I'm being lazy. So we'll put this on here, like so. And can I get through? No, I definitely ain't getting through there. Hence the reason why the drill was on this bit. Right, we'll go round. No one noticed, right? Right, we'll go round, but actually we'll take it to the field. We've still got quite a bit of crop in there actually, so in all fairness we can probably just switch that over to hay. Alright, we will go over to some time lapse. I'll see you in a minute. Bye now. Hello everybody, I'm back. And as you just saw, I let the drill run out of seed. So we're going to have to go and fetch them. We don't need a great deal actually to finish off that little bit there. And then that will be this field finished. The other field, what I might do is, I might do that off camera, just because obviously you've seen a bit of drilling now. We won't travel through the field now. I just didn't want to bring the tractor and the drill back. Didn't really see much point. We could. There should be a set of tram lines here somewhere. We definitely travel down the tram lines. And then we can just hop across, and then we haven't travelled on too much of the ground. Then I didn't put the hopper up. The lid up. So I do normally have, well, not normally, it is installed, but this mod for whatever reason doesn't seem to be compatible. So I have the open cover mod. But for whatever reason, it doesn't appear to be compatible with it. So I have to do it via the tractor, which is a bit of a shame, but hey ho. Alright, we'll put these seeds in here. The only bad thing about it, don't tell me how much seeds in these bags, because I may need to have brought more. I should have realised that while I was up there, but I didn't. I may need more. I don't know, it might be okay. Oh no. Honestly, I hate driving on fields with stuff that shouldn't be on the fields, like when you're drilling. Literally the only two things on the field should be the power and the drill, and then, you know, the next vehicle that travels on there is the rolls, and then obviously the sprayer thereafter. But the sprayer and the fertilising and stuff like that, obviously you do via the tram line, so I don't like running those sorts of machines over the field. Right, we've got to figure out just there. And so we have to figure out where we ran out of seed. I can't believe I weren't watching that. I had been watching it. The last time I saw it was at 480. And, oh no, because there's seed in there, James. Oh, I just wiped out my bloody Headland tram lines. Oh, it's all gone Pete Tong. But I'll leave it all in. You know, some YouTubers I'm fairly certain must edit it all out, but no, I'll leave it all in, you know. At the end of the day, I'm only human, I make mistakes, and not only that, you know, I think it's sort of good to see that, you know, I'm sort of making mistakes and doing whatever. Right, if we do that, then, you know, because it doesn't always go perfect. And you know, I sort of don't mind people knowing that I mess up and stuff like that. You know, it's like the other day with the well, I think it was about a week ago now, with the episode that I was I think I called it something along the lines of the Wally is or something like that, because that day just everything I did went wrong. You know, whether it was travelling the wrong way to places I was going on the map, or whether it was knocking over bale stacks, or it just all went Pete Tong. But anyway, we've sorted it out now. So we are missing a chunk of Headland tram line now. So, but that won't be too disastrous. As I say, with the money that we've got, I am sort of tempted to buy the information required for the field, you know, to know the soil types and that. Soil samples, that's what I mean. And but you know, with, as I say, we've got 108,000. I'm going to, as I say, we'll finish this one off together, and then I'll do the other one off camera, just because, as I say, you've seen a lot. In the next episode, my hope is that we will we'll be rolling, but in theory and hopefully that shouldn't take too long. And then I'm not going to say too much at the moment, but I have got an idea, and I do think it'll be quite fun if I can pull it off. I sounded like my little boy then. Quite fun, that is, Daddy. But anyway, to be fair, he's making me laugh a lot at the minute. His buzzword at the moment is ridiculous. That is so ridiculous, Daddy. You can't understand how ridiculous that is. So he's going through a phase of sort of quite big words, and he's overemphasizing them and using them for every situation. You put the sauce on the wrong part of his tea. That's ridiculous, that is. He's a funny man. Anyway, we'll get this done, and then we will move on, as I say, to the next field, and then we'll do some rolling, and then I've got an idea of something that we probably will do, and that is, hopefully, fingers crossed, the start of things moving forward. Like I say, it's just whether or not I can afford to do all of it. I know I can definitely afford to do the first half of it because I have got enough money. It's the second half of it that's sort of worrying me, so to speak. But the first half, definitely got enough. For those of you that have obviously been watching and wondering why, when I finish the headland, I'm then going into the field and then drilling through and laying down a tramline set and then drilling either side of it. So in real life, if you was to get, there's one field in particular that I'm thinking about, but so I used to do a lot of the autumn drilling on the farm, and occasionally I would do quite a bit of spring drilling, but it was usually the autumn drilling, because usually the likes of Shane and Sid and Gary and all of them, who sort of, it was kind of their job really, but they would all be busy on either combines or potato harvesters or sugar beet harvesters or whatever, because we had our own sugar beet harvesters. We had 2 ropers. Well, they would be busy on that, and obviously we would have like rate to drill and, you know, early wheats and stuff like that, and so it was my job. So the reason I do it, so like, ignore me driving on the field, this is for explaining. So we've got a field, alright, there is a straight edge here, and if I had GPS on this tractor I would have just used the straight edge, but I didn't. I was having to do it by sort of hand and eye coordination, and so therefore you sort of, because you're following the contours of the field and the lines, and the field is not exactly square, it leaves you with a bit of like where you don't have a straight edge. Well, in as I say, on the farm where I work, we had this one particular field that was, it was a really odd shape. There was no straight bits. It was just literally contoured round. Sort of, it was dikes on one side and then a river on the other, and it kind of followed it round, and then off the river was like more dikes the other side, and it was the oddest shape, and obviously you didn't have a straight edge, and so therefore when I came to drill it, Gary, who was the bloke that Shane was our main drillman on the field, and we had CB radios, and I said to him, I said, Shane, I'm in this field, and I said, like, how the hell do I drill this? And he said, quite easy, go to the middle of the field, so use GPS, get the GPS to identify the middle of the field, and just drive straight through it, laying tram lines down, and then just drill away from those tram lines. So just then set the drill up as though you were drilling away, and that's how you do it. And that then means that the tram lines will fit into the field, because you drill the tram line first. So like the tram line that's directly in front of us, you drill that, and then either side of that is row number 4 on this drill, and then just carry on from normal. And that's why I did what I did, because I didn't have a straight edge to run down to keep it straight with. So if you go into the middle of the field, I know I didn't go into the middle, but this little tractor hadn't finished power harrowing. I was kind of hoping he would finish that field before I got in there, but it is quite a big field, to be fair to it, and it is only a 3 metre power harrow. So but yeah, that's why I did what I did in both fields, just because I didn't have a straight edge. And this field's going to be exactly the same. There's not going to be a straight edge, because it needs to be, well, it doesn't need to be exactly straight, but it needs to be as good as damage straight. I mean, the canola field, this field up here, we did have a straight edge. It wasn't straight all the way through, but that doesn't necessarily matter. As long as it's sort of almost perfectly straight at one end, you can then drill from there. So here it's perfectly straight here, but it does then curve out. It curves out towards that tree that's directly in front of me. But that's fine, because you can drill it out from this end and just keep drilling until you get down to the other end, and then it will all work out anyway. But so that's why I did what I did in those fields, just in case you were wondering, or sort of thought, or maybe you like tram lining, and you sort of kind of thought, well, when I get to a hickledy-pickledy field, my tram lines look a mess. That's the best thing to do, is drill your headland and your headland tram lines. Drill them first. You can drill them first when it's dry. In real life, if it was wet, you would drill them last, because obviously you're trampling on them, and then you would get either the power harrow to go a lot deeper into the ground to try and lift it back up again, or you would get a tractor with a like a drag cultivator, just to sort of try and lift the soil back up, so that the drill's got a little bit of a seedbed. But when it's dry, you can just drill their headlands first and then just turn on them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really make much difference. But anyway, that's enough for today's episode. Thanks ever so much for watching. Thanks for joining me again. Thank you for all the support. Honestly, it's been amazing. And if you are watching these videos and you are enjoying them and you haven't subscribed already, then please do. As I said in the last video, I've set myself a personal goal of by the end of March to have 100 subscribers. If I could be over that, that would be incredible. But if, as I say, if you are watching and you haven't subscribed, please help me hit my targets, and support the channel in the way that you do, and continue to do the way that everyone does, because as I say, these videos have been absolutely amazing and incredible. I've had my first ever 400 plus video. As I said to you in the last video, 10 plus subscribers in a week. Honestly, it means so much. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and also to hit that notification bell. Like I say, that really does help too, and it does also mean that you'll get alerted every time I post a video. And I do. At the moment, I'm doing really well. I'm struggling a little bit, as I've said before, with my heart, but we're still managing to get the videos out every day, which is fantastic, and long may it continue. I don't know what's going to happen next week in terms of the fact that it's school holidays, and so the house will be full. So I will try my best. It might be a couple of time-lapse videos, because I can still record them while the house is full, but hopefully not entirely time-lapse, so there will be some talking. We'll have to find some compromises somewhere. But anyway, thanks ever so much for watching. See you again in the next episode. Bye for now.